Speaking in Michigan yesterday, President Biden promoted his Build Back Better agenda and the two bills that are in limbo right now on Capitol Hill as his own party debates the size and price tag of the legislation. The president says the bills are not about left versus right or moderate versus progressive. Instead, it's about competitiveness versus complacency.
All right, and joining us now is the United States Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo. Welcome back to GMA3, Secretary. Thank you for being with us. And as you know, you'll be there, the president hosting business leaders and CEOs of major banks today, trying, of course, to continue his push to raise this country's debt ceiling. And he is talking about how dangerous it would be if that default were to happen. Can you explain to the average American what that default would mean to them?
Yes, good afternoon, guys. It's good to be with you. You know, everyone knows that you have to be able to pay your bills, and that is what the president is trying to enable. He's not asking for permission to spend more money or do more programs, but he's asking Congress to stop the political gamesmanship and just allow the United States of America to pay its bills. Otherwise, if we don't, it'll risk the economy, the markets will go crazy, it could tilt us into a recession. So it's pretty simple. We have, over a period of time, allocated money, we have bills we have to pay, and Congress needs to raise the debt limit, as it has done dozens and dozens of times, by the way, in the past 30 years, just to allow the United States government to function like any family would, like any business would, and pay its bills. There's no reason not to do it. And if Congress would do the right thing, they could do it swiftly. If they don't, it just puts people's livelihoods at risk. The markets will go crazy. And it's just time to do the right thing.
You mentioned a recession. You mentioned putting people at risk. We came out of the last one, I guess, officially, but it maybe didn't feel like that to a lot of people. The recession, which many called a she-cession. And we're waiting this time around to get to what might be a she-covery that some would want to call it. Can you tell us the latest information you have and the numbers you're seeing about how women that were hit so hard during this pandemic and the economic downturn, how are women doing in making a comeback now?
Struggling. Women are still struggling. COVID was brutal on women. They dropped out of the workforce by the millions. When schools closed, obviously, women bore the brunt of that. Women were on the front lines as caregivers and nurses and home care workers. They had the hardest jobs. And so still, women are struggling on those frontline jobs, often for very little pay. Still, there are millions of women who can't find high quality, affordable childcare. And so they haven't been able to go back to work or go back to work full time. And that's why if we're serious, if we are serious about taking care of women in this country, about taking care of our moms and our grandmothers and our daughters, then we need affordable childcare. We need affordable home-based care for our elderly and disabled loved ones. That's exactly what President Biden is fighting for. We need paid family leave. We need public pre-K. You shouldn't have to pay a high tuition to send your 4-year-old to pre-K. It should be public, which is what the president is calling for. And I will tell you, until America makes these basic investments, which every other industrialized country has already made, we won't compete and women won't be able to participate fully in the workforce. So, I wish I could say it were different. I wish I could say we've had a she-covery, but we haven't. Women are struggling, and it's time that we listen to that, hear them, and meet their basic needs.
Women are struggling, and families are struggling. Businesses are struggling as well amid this pandemic. And I want to get your take. I know you're in constant communication with the business community. Your take on vaccine mandates. Are they working for business owners? Are business owners saying they're getting pushback? What's your take on that and how it's affecting the bounce back that so many business owners need amid trying to keep their workers and their patrons safe?
Yes. So as you say, I talk to businesses every single day. I try to make sure I'm in touch with some businesses every day. I haven't heard any pushback. It doesn't mean it isn't out there, but I haven't heard it. And actually what I've heard is that businesses like United Airlines, for example, who were among the first to require their employees to get vaccinated, they're doing incredibly well. You know, they haven't really lost employees. It makes their customers feel more comfortable. It makes their employees feel more comfortable. More people have been vaccinated. I mean, the truth is the mandates work. More people get vaccinated. If anything, I'm hearing from businesses relief that the president showed such great leadership and gave the entire business community a push to do the right thing, because then it allows them to do it as a group instead of leaving it to each individual CEO to do the right thing.
Secretary Raimondo, ma'am, thank you so much for taking some time with us. We know you are busy and will continue to be for quite some time, but we appreciate you checking in. We'll see you down the road, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.